Hey, Ronald, how you doing? Okay, I was reading your writing. Good job there. Good job describing your intent. Let's go ahead and jump to the magazine ad. And I think the magazine ad is pretty interesting. I do. I think it's really different, and that's what I appreciate about it. You don't have the typical scenery associated with a Caribbean ad. So I thought that was an interesting approach. Relax and unwind, Arial bold italic, and then Arial for the body copy. I think the body copy is too large. Right now, if you take a look at typographic hierarchy, this is the largest and garners the most attention. Then second, however, the body copy is almost taking up more space, and the letters are almost the same size as the subhead. So a little bit of confusing hierarchy there. I would reduce the size of that body copy smaller than the subhead. So we go in size, in order of scale. We go headline, subhead, then body copy. Other than that, I think the magazine looks fantastic. So let's go ahead and I think the most obvious thing here is the background image, and I think that kind of loans an air of inconsistency in the campaign itself. So in other words, when if and when this piece makes it to your final student portfolio, you're going to have potential employers or portfolio reviewers saying, you could improve the consistency here by using a consistent image in the background. The images, if you have an image, if your typography is identical, right, and you have an image of a beach on the magazine ad and you use a different image of a beach in the banner ad, that's okay. They're both images of beaches, right? But this is so visually disconnected. The image for the magazine ad and the image for the banner, that when we look at the two together next to each other, other than that orange headline, they really don't share a whole lot of visual characteristics. So that loans an inconsistency to the campaign itself. To rectify that, well, let's take a look at the mechanics of the banner ad itself, then I'll tell you how to rectify that. So relax and unwind, 30% off discount with proofs of active military or DOD. So technically, that's the only thing that should be animated, is that call to action. So what I would recommend doing is move that headline in a little bit, about right there or so. Just keep that headline static. Then come in and animate 30% off discount with proof of active military, and fade it in, then fade it out just like it is. Then leave this alone. Leave the body copy alone. You don't even have to include that technically. The only job here as a designer for the web banner is to get people to click. So I don't think that there's a lot of people either. They're going to look at this and see 30% discount with military. They've already decided whether to click or not. So I don't think that this banner ad loans much to pique the interest of the viewer itself. I'm sorry, I meant the text associated with the banner ad. There's no period back there behind that paragraph. So if you do elect to leave that, which is fine if you would like, I would recommend putting a period to indicate the end of that. Also, this is called a widow, a typographic widow. One word at the end of a paragraph sitting alone. It always want at least two words at the end of a paragraph. Okay, logo. I would recommend in this particular case, I would use a color logo, probably the one with the purple background, just to add a little bit of color to that portion of the ad. Then finally, add somewhere in here the location, not the full location, just not the full contact information, just the location. So over here, right down here, you could say, located in beautiful U.S. Virgin Islands or something like that, or just say St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands or something like that. Okay, as far as the background image, you could do this and really create some consistency. So remember the video where I showed you how to crop the original magazine ad to 1280 by 300 at 150 ppi? What I would do is I would go back in the original image and I would crop this area right here. Watch my cursor. I would crop that area right there and use that for the background of your banner. That's going to create that visual cohesion and consistency that we need to establish a nice, cohesive campaign. So those would be my recommendations. But everything else I recommended will remain the same, even though you're going to change the background image, right? Does that make sense? Okay, so those are my comments. Also, again, yes, leave that headline. If you want to take a look, it's right here in the GRA 220 Part 1 Milestone 2. I'm sorry, GRA 220 Part 1 Milestone 2 Guidelines and Rubric. Right here, it says enhance the call to action by using some basic Photoshop animation technique. So it's saying to animate the call to action, and that's all. So you don't animate the headline or anything else, just the call to action. All right, good job. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.